9 out of 10 AI tools for architects are completely useless. So I spent weeks testing out all of them through actual projects. And in this video, I'll show you the 4 tools that are genuinely useful and the exact workflow I use to run through them. But before I even touch those 4 tools, there's one I always open first, and that's the Claude desktop app. Honestly, as an architect, half of your time doesn't even go on designing. It goes on planning, checking codes, and admin work nobody enjoys. So I hand all of that boring stuff straight to Claude before I draw anything. Inside the desktop app, Claude gives you 3 ways to work: regular chat, co-work, and Claude Code. Chat is the one you probably already know about, so the 2 I actually use here are Claude Code and co-work. I'll start with Claude Code. It sounds technical, but you never have to write a single line of code yourself. You can just tell it what you want in plain English, and it writes and runs the code for you. So I'll give it 2 things. First, my full site data, and then my local zoning code. Then I'll put in my prompt. I'm asking it to check the whole design against the zoning rules, such as how tall I can build and how far the house has to sit from the edge of the plot, and to lay it all out in a report I can actually read. Because it's working locally on my desktop, it asks me before doing anything. I'll just glance at what it wants to do and approve each step as it goes, and keep half an eye on it, because it could do something you didn't want, so it's worth watching what it's actually up to. For the model, I'll go with Opus 4.8, the strongest one available to me, and I'll set the effort to max, because I want the best result. The only trade-off is that the higher the effort, the more tokens it uses. So if you're on a tight budget, you can turn the effort down and still get a good result. Then it gets to work. As you can see, it writes the code, runs all the math itself, and hands me back 2 files. The first is a 2-scale site diagram, and the second one is a 1-page feasibility report. And it's actually a proper one. It checks my design against all 12 rules in the zoning code, and the good news is it passes every single one. But 4 of them only just barely pass through, such as the roof height, the rear setback, the pool, and the parking. What that actually means is those 4 are sitting right at the legal limit. If any of them come in even slightly off before we start building, I could tip over into breaking the rules. And those are exactly the things you want to catch early. It also tells me I've still got 88 square meters of floor space left before I hit the limit, which is enough to add a second story later if I want one. And it double checks its own results too. Because this is a compliance document, it runs every number a second time with separate checks before it hands anything over. Now, one important thing, this is a quick first check to catch problems early. This is not official approval. Before you ever submit a project to actually get it built, you'd still need to drop in your actual local building rules, not my sample ones, and proper measurements from a surveyor. Think of it as a fast check before the real paperwork, not a replacement for it. Next, I'll move over to co-work. Unlike Claude Code, this one's built to handle normal office work for you. You give it access to a folder you choose, and from then on, it can open, edit, and create files inside it. So first, I put all my project files into a single folder, such as the room sizes, the cost rates, the project data, and the feasibility report from earlier. Next, inside co-work, I'll give it access to that folder and type in what I want. In this case, I'm asking it to put my project paperwork together. It reads through all my files, and before it builds anything, it comes back with a plan of exactly what it's going to make. It also stopped to ask me one quick question. Once I answer it, Claude starts building. A short while later, 2 finished files show up in my folder. The first is an Excel workbook with a full area schedule and a cost estimate inside it. The second is a 1-page planning statement written up as a Word document. And the spreadsheet is nicely built too. The numbers aren't just typed in, they're connected with live formulas. It also checks my budget and tells me the project doesn't fit. It's already about 15,000 euros over. Then it points out the 3 most expensive rooms, so I know exactly where to cut back. So before I've even drawn a line, Claude has checked my whole design against the code, drawn the site plan, sorted my budget, and written my paperwork. But that's just the planning out of the way. The actual design starts now. But after all the work and designing is done, creating professional grade photos of your project becomes a real headache. And that is what we fix next. And the tool that will let me create those images is called Higgsfield. Higgsfield is an AI platform that has a lot of the best AI models all in one place, with different tools for different use cases. And the one I'll be using is their image generation feature. I'll go to Image, open the model menu, and pick GPT Image 2, because so far it's the best for generating photorealistic images. I'll set the quality to high, the resolution to 2K, and the aspect ratio to 16:9. Then I'll click the plus button to upload one of my projects as the reference, type in my prompt, and generate. Then I'll just change the prompt for each of the other 3 shots and generate them. These give a view of my project from a new angle at eye level. I also get a poolside view, looking back at the glass facade, the living room in the middle of the house, and a bedroom on the side. As you can see, our pictures turned out pretty well, and it looks like someone actually took them while standing there. Keep in mind that these are still AI generated, and a lot of things can look completely off, so double check before using these images. So now I have a full set of realistic photos of our finished house. And as a bonus, you can take this one step further by turning these photos into videos that actually move. For that, I'll switch to video and pick Dance 2.0. I'll upload the first photo and click check eligibility. I'll change the settings to 5 seconds for duration, 1080p for quality, and 16:9 for the aspect ratio. Then I'll paste in my camera movement and generate. As you can see, it looks like a drone shot backing away from our house, and it also has a little ambient soundtrack in the background. Next, I'll do the exact same thing for the other 3 shots, just with a different movement each time. The 3 other shots also came out pretty good, and they're also very cinematic in that same style, but they all have different soundtracks in the background. Finally, I'll bring all these videos into CapCut, put them in order, and add a music track in the background. I won't use the original audio from the videos because they're all different, and I want one consistent soundtrack throughout the video. Let's check out how our final video turned out. The video gave us a lot of different angles of the house and took us through the interior too. Overall, it turned out pretty good, but Higgsfield has way more useful features than I showed you. What if I told you AI can help you create a project from scratch, like the one I made in Higgsfield? And that is precisely what I will show you how to do next. To begin with, every architect starts with a basic 2D plan or a draft. Normally, that means jumping straight into heavy CAD software, but that's where the first tool, Rayon, does things differently. Now, before I even open Rayon, I'll generate an editable ground floor plan using Claude. You can start from any plans you already have, but I'm using this one for demonstration purposes. I'll put this prompt in to generate a DWG floor plan for the demo. Then I'll head into Rayon, which is a 2D CAD tool that runs entirely in the browser, and the AI is built right into the editor. I'll make a free account at Rayon, answer the first couple of questions it asks, and then I'll be straight inside the editor. I'll click import at the top, bring in my DWG floor plan, leave all the settings exactly as they are, and hit continue. And as you can see, I have an editable 2D ground floor plan. I'll hit continue. Next, to add some furniture, I'll open blocks from the sidebar and click find blocks. Then I'll drop in some proper furniture, such as beds and sofas from their library, which already has top, front, and side views of pretty much anything you'd need. Next, using Rayon's toolbar, I can turn this 2D drawing into an axonometric view. From down in the toolbar, I'll select axonometry, take a screenshot of the plan, and run it through the AI. As you can see, it turned out to be a pretty accurate axonometric view of our original 2D floor plan. So in just a few minutes, I've created a 2D axonometric image from a plain 2D floor plan, and that's all from a single browser tab without opening any proper CAD software on my desktop. But there's one problem. Even though we got an axonometric view, it's still not a 3D model, it's just a 2D image. But this will let us create a very accurate 3D model with our next tool. Next, to turn our flat image into an actual structure with volume and depth, we will use Meshy. And if you want to try it out yourself, I've left a link for Meshy down in the description. So for this task, we can just use the picture of the previous axonometric 2D image. Meshy takes our image and rebuilds it into a proper 3D model in about a minute. Usually, building a 3D model of a house means modeling it by hand using heavy software like Blender, SketchUp, or Revit, which takes hours. But because our previous image is an angled 3/4 view, Meshy can actually read the building's depth and volume and reconstruct its back and sides properly. I will open the workspace menu inside Meshy and drop the axonometric shot into the upload box. I will leave the settings as they are, model type on standard and the AI model on Meshy 6, and hit generate. As you can see, I got an interactive 3D model of our image. Meshy can do texture modeling too, but I will skip that here because all I need from Meshy is a clean and accurate 3D model. And I have something else in mind for that, which can do a far better job of the texture modeling. Once I make sure it looks right, I will take a few screenshots from different angles for our next tool. So, from a 2D flat image, I now have a real 3D model of our house, which I can also view from any angle. But this still doesn't look like a real building, and that is the exact problem we will solve. Next, to give our plain model a finished look, I'll use a tool called Veras, which does something that the usual AI render tools can't. What's special about Veras is that it's built for architects, and it can render textures directly on top of your existing geometry. Most AI image tools start from just a text prompt and invent a completely different building, so you'll lose the exact design you've just built. Here's where Veras Veras stays consistent because it renders straight from the screenshots I took from Meshy. So our real layout, proportions, and massing all stay the same. The only things that change are the materials, the lighting, and the overall style. And it runs in the browser. There's also a 14-day free trial you can check out. Next, once I'm inside the software, I'll go to the Explore tab and import one of those Meshy screenshots. On the right side, there's a big list of style presets, and I'll click one of the styles to test how it looks. First, I'll run it through a preset called Enhance in Forest, which turns it into a full photorealistic render inside a forest. And it honestly looks pretty good. There's nothing to really complain about. Next, to try a different style, I'll switch to the Architectural Sketch preset, which redraws the same model as a clean pen sketch on white paper. If I want more control than the preset styles give me, I can jump into the Compose tab and edit specific parts of the render myself. So in just a few clicks, I have a fully rendered house from a plain 3D model. And that whole workflow, from a flat 2D floor plan to a finished video, is something you can run on your own designs. And once your design is ready, getting those photos and videos out of it is the easy part. So sign up to Higgsfield with my link in the description and run your own design through it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.